We're under the 6th caution. Kurt Busch spinning down in turns 1 and 2.
That would be with assist.
Yes. Robbie Gordon right behind him.
Just opens that door. I mean, you know, he's a little wide going into one, and that gives Robbie room to get down under him. And, you know, it's kind of a give and take thing.
Hang on to it. Hang on to it.
Daryl, things are so close down there. If Robbie Gordon checks up, Kenny Schrader will get into him, and so on and so on and so on.
But the one thing I did not hear out of that spotter's radio is clear. I did not hear the word clear.
Herc did a good job of keeping the thing out of the fence. He spins it around, but here come the leaders.
And the reason he didn't hear clear, he was not clear. Now you're clear on that.
Are you clear on that? 1 to go. Let's go back to racing.
Field bunches up behind the safety car. We've had 50 laps of caution, 6 caution periods so far.
We had several lead lap cars pit there. Only had 12 laps on their tires. Dave Blaney, Kenny Schrader, Stacy Compton, Steve Park, Sterling Marlin, John Andretti again. Matt Kenseth, he has 4 fresh tires, and he's back up there 1 lap down, starting beside Ricky Rudd, the 28 car, the leader.
Green flag.
Tell you what, if he's got his pressure down low, like several of these guys have come out on 4 tires, it won't help him much for a while. Matter of fact, it hurts him for a little bit.
Well, Rudd gets a good restart. Already pulled away about 5 car lengths, headed down the backstretch.
Ward Burton's got to go. On the last restart, he got kind of trapped there behind Matt Kenseth and never had a chance to close up on Rudd. So he's got to beat Kenseth here to have a chance at the leader.
He's going to clear him getting that into turn 1.
I'm going to tell you, the old cat is purring today, boys.
Dick Berggren.
Well, Jimmy Spencer's radio conversations have become very, very interesting. Asked how the car was, he said, it's real good, but I got to quit over driving it. He also said that the groove is beginning to move up, and as it does, he thinks he's going to be able to have a better entry because he's going to be able to go into the turns a little bit more wide than he has now. Spencer, a real good car that's getting better as this race wears on.
You just got to be careful when you make that wide entry. It feels good, but you don't want to let anybody slip in under you and not know they're there. This track's a big D. I mean, the back straightaway is a little short straightaway, and then the front is a great big loop and turn, and so it opens up the bottom going into one for a culprit.
And again, Rusty and Jeff Gordon's cars have a magnetic attraction for one another.
Yeah, and still got a long way to go.
We're just past halfway.
It's a long way to Richmond.
You look right out in front of these guys, the 99 car, Jeff Burton. He'd been trying to make the second groove work. He finally gave up on it, just fell in behind Ryan Newman there, the 12 car. He ran it for about 2 or 3 laps and just wasn't going anywhere at all.
Looks like Rusty's going to prevail here on Gordon.
Well, I don't know. He's being mighty cautious, being mighty kind right now.
Well, they were coming up on Brett Bodine, and somebody had to give if they were going to get by him single file.
8 car coming back out, guys.
And Steve Burns with a fellow who sure wishes he was out there today.
Yeah, Mike, Johnny Benson here and moving gingerly. Johnny, we're glad to see you. How are you feeling?
Sure, that's for sure. Hope they can hear me because I can't talk any louder than this. But Joe looks like he's doing a good job. But I like looking at the interior of this car a lot better than the exterior. Let's see what they can do. I think they got a pretty good car.
Benson, who either cracked or broke a rib in that crash Friday night, was kept overnight for observation at the area hospital, and so Nemechek is in the number 10. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick's been busy.
Like Casey Atwood in the 7, maybe bobble just a little bit. Harvick in that throttle just gets into the back of it.
That's that outside groove. I mean, it's almost a half a groove, and you get the right side tires up there in that new sealer and the car will just break loose with you. You got to be really, really cautious. You kind of play around with that. You get the right rear end and say, that feels like it's going to, nope, it ain't there.
Harvick now 11th, Ricky Craven 12th. Tony Stewart just went by Harvick.
And you know, watching Ricky Craven in the 32 car, I believe this racetrack has come to his race car. I mean, he had went all the way to the back last night. I believe the track conditions today and temperatures are suiting his race car much better.
The car looks better with the sun shining.
It's a battle for 13th. Craven's now in 12th.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has made repairs. He's back in the race and carrying about 80% speed.
24 right there if you want it.
Among the rookies, Ryan Newman is 5th, and last week's winner, Jimmy Johnson, running in 11th position, the Lowe's Chevy. Right behind Terry Labonte.
One of the things that Jimmy Johnson and Chad Canal seem to be real good at is to get that car better as the day goes on. So he's back there in 11th now, but wouldn't surprise me to see him improve as we get near the end of the show.
That's his teammate right there, Terry Labonte, in the 5 car. Terry's running in the 10th position. Had that good run about a month ago at Martinsville. Finishes 4th, and this is the same race car. Was brand new at Martinsville.
Yeah, Terry is quietly hanging around the top 10, and that's it's always a good sign for Terry Labonte.
He has 3 wins here, but he's still hunting that first top 5 finish of this season.
Right behind them comes Tony Stewart, who is closing and has climbed his way up to 12th place.
You can tell, Mike, a lot of these cars that were off a little bit at the beginning of the race are making the adjustments necessary, and they keep creeping a little further up. Back into the picture.
Our points leader, Sterling Marlin, has flirted with the top 5, but he presently finds himself back in 22nd place.
Now, he came on pit road on that last caution, so he's restarted way back.
And with only 12 laps on his tires, you have to believe he just was not very happy with the way his car is driving. I need to correct myself on Terry Labonte. He's still hunting his first top 5 because he actually finished 6th at Martinsville about a month ago. Well, meanwhile, that 28 car, he's done pulled out to a little over a 2-second lead. And Matt Kenseth has got back by Ward Burton, still trying to get that lap back.
And I don't know if they fixed the 55 car or fixed the 55 driver, but whatever it is, he's a lot better, and he's hanging around the front here and maybe try to get back on the lead lap. Oh, trouble down here, man.
Hard, Frank Kimmel in the wall.
Frank Kimmel just took off like something happened to the right front.
Caution is out.
Yep, 7th time in this race, lap 215. The right front destroyed.
I think he must have cut a tire down, because that thing, I looked up and he was headed for the fence at a high rate of speed.
This is one of those borderline calls. The leaders have 29 laps on their tires. They may be coming to pit road, Darrell.
Let's see, we're 215 laps.
You could do it on one stop from here if you had to.
I think I'd come.
And I believe they are coming.
Here they come.
Giving up track position. Here come Rudd, Ward Burton, Spencer, Jeff Green, Ryan Newman.
Everybody on the lead lap.
Man. Oh, boy, Kimmel's car really took a hard lick. It's like a shot up that hill.
Saw one like that here. Well, here's Dick Berger.
Well, Jimmy Spencer has slid into his pit area and aligned the car absolutely perfectly for his crew. 4 tires. Steve Burns.
4 tires for Jeff Green. He says he's tight from the center off, so they just made a wedge adjustment. Left side tires going on to Matt Yoakum.
The 28 of Ricky Rudd, the leader, is in. 4 tire change, no chassis adjustments. It's going to be a big race off pit road. The 41 is going to beat the 28. Ward Burton came in. His car was a little tight. He came in because the 28 did.
Remember a race here on the old half-mile Fairground Speedway that preceded this 3/4 mile? When Neil Bonnet was your teammate, Darrell, and he had one cut down in turn 2. It was guardrail then, not concrete, and he just shot into that guardrail like an arrow and stuck there. But the way he rocketed off that corner looked just like Frank Kimmel did a minute ago.
Yeah, the only thing that was left, the bumper, rear bumper, was sticking out of the guardrail because the rest of it went through.
It's a hard lick when you figure it's a 3/4 mile racetrack.
Frank Kimmel, though, walks away.